What is up, everyone? Let's talk about what we got this week. So, this is going to be a little bit more of an unusual week because half the teams are playing their weekend game on a Friday. But before we get into that, let's talk about the midweek game. Usually, this game is played on a Wednesday. For some reason, it is going to run on Tuesday this go around. We have Boston hosting the Orlando Pride. So, we'll see what the Legacy can do at home. This will be at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific in Foxborough, Massachusetts. And yeah, once again, this is going to be one where Boston can kind of showcase itself a little bit if they can actually manage. I don't think they necessarily will in terms of claiming a victory, but I do think they can play Orlando to a draw, especially since it is becoming very clear how Orlando's offense runs. I would guess Banda is going to score. I don't think Boston is equipped to stop her completely. But I do think Boston is now proving capable of scoring a goal when they want or need to. So I'm going to say it will get to a 1-1 and Boston will clamp down. And I'm going to give them a point on this one. And that'll also be huge for Orlando as they are still trying to maintain their position here. A point is a point, although I'm sure they would rather have 3 when you're playing the team that's currently sitting at the back of the standings. But that's where I'm going to say for the midweek where it's going to end up. Otherwise, not a lot to say there. Just in general, I'm starting to like what I'm seeing with Boston. They're taking a little more pride in what they do. You can tell early on there was not a lot of communication. It was very awkward watching that team fumble through these early parts of the season. But the players themselves take pride in what they do, and I think it's becoming noticeable that if the organization ain't going to do it, the players are going to. They've been around too long to let anything keep them down. Next up, we got 2 teams heading on different trajectories to open Friday. Kansas City will be hosting Houston at 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. In this one, Houston, for a while, has been ranked ahead of Kansas City, but now they've swapped places. Kansas City's been stringing wins together. Houston has not. I think Kansas City has figured out how to at least beat the lower tier, the ones who are a little bit easier to expose. And Houston, I do believe, has a lot of limitations to where they are. They're striking me now as a team who's going to probably finish 12th when all's said and done. So I'm thinking Kansas City is going to claim a 2-0 win here. Just a standard gain control, get a first half goal, pick up one late in the second half, walk off with a 2-goal victory, and that's about all she said. Moving on to 3 West Coast games here. Seattle hosting Gotham. So a cross-country trip for Gotham FC. And Seattle is a team that is plenty capable. They are still sitting in the top half of the league, even though they've been dropping games. But when they drop their matches, they do outplay their opponent a lot. So it is one where I feel like Seattle is due. They've just been taking a lot of shots you wouldn't expect them to take. So I'm going to say Seattle does claim this victory. I'm going to give them a 2-1 win, mostly because Gotham does not appear like able to consistently get multiple goals. So I think they'll stop at 1. Seattle's going to find a second goal. And that'll be a big 3 for them, especially as they're trying to maintain their own position. It keeps Gotham held down at 5th. And yeah, we'll see where that goes. Moving into Northern California, Bay FC has another home match against Boston. So here's the thing. Boston is going to use a lot of their energy for the home game, I think. They're playing a higher level team. They're on their home field. They're trying to show off. The away game, cross-country, I think is where the wheels come off this week. I expect Bay FC to win. I actually think Bay FC might be able to not only shut them out, but put potentially 3 goals on them. I'm not going to say it's 3-0. I'll just give it 2-0. But yeah, Bay FC definitely has an opportunity to pick up 3 and keep themselves in the conversation in that middle tier, showing that they can still pick up the wins, especially when it's against a team on the lower half. And then the match of the week. We are just talking about it in the recaps. San Diego and Washington, 2 teams tied right now for second place. San Diego currently in third because Washington has a better goal differential. But these are probably the 2 best teams playing in the league right now. Both teams playing very hot. Rather, not necessarily San Diego. They just pulled off of the Schneid. But Washington on a multi-match win streak here. It is a cross-country trip. Washington, this could be a moment where they solidify themselves as the team I thought they were, the legitimate Shield threat, and they could stake their claim right now. I don't think this is the time where they do it. I think San Diego, after finally exercising a demon and taking down their arch rival, I suspect San Diego picks up a second win here. I'm going to say it is a 3-2 affair. This one's going to get very aggressive, a lot of goal scoring. But San Diego on their home field, especially in the late going, I think we'll have a good chance at it. I think Washington probably starts with a lead, takes a 1-0. San Diego reels off a goal. Maybe Washington gets that second one. But San Diego, I think, comes out on top in the end. It should be an interesting one, though, because these are the 2 teams I would say if there's teams you don't want to play, it would be these 2 at the moment. That said, San Diego does have a lot of holes to exploit. They are very slow starters. They seem to be a much better second half team. Washington seems to be really good at establishing position early. So that's why I do think Washington is a team who will take the lead early on, and it's up to San Diego to respond in the second half. Will they have the fortitude to do that? I think they will. They showed it against Angel City. But can they do it when it's not their rival? That's going to be the question. There's a lot of great intrigue in that match. So 7 o'clock Pacific, I absolutely implore everyone to track that one down. I know it's probably going to be on Prime. So that means not everyone's got access. So, yeah, give it time. See what we have. See what we can do about it. And yeah, I think that controls the week. That's at least getting us through half the matches. There's 2 Saturday, 2 Sunday matches, and we will be going over. We have a live on Saturday. We'll talk about those matches when we do the next round of previews. That one. So the game recaps are going up. As this would be Tuesday, so the game recaps for the week went in the morning. Afternoon was this preview video. Wednesday will likely be the Angel City recap and preview. So expect probably Thursday to be the day where it'll either be Thursday or Friday where the Saturday-Sunday matchups come through. Yeah, it's largely going to depend on, because it'll not just be a preview of the weekend games, it'll also probably be a recap of Boston Orlando. So I'm going to try to make that one Thursday, but it might end up being Friday. We shall see. But for now, thank you for the watch, and hopefully you will enjoy one of the many games that take place this week. Go Angels!